Hi, Lisa Gollum here at Rock Studio. Although I'm not in the studio, I'm actually in my living room. Welcome to a surprise special Monday announcement, because those are fun. So some of you may not know this, but I used to be a therapist for about 16 years. I know it's probably hard to think of me as a psychotherapist, sitting, listening to people's problems all serious, but I actually was. It's kind of the other side of who I am. I can be deep. I can. But I can also be really silly. So I left that life in about 2012. But one of my pet peeves from back in those days has really stuck with me. I bet you can guess what it is. It's that inner critic, that voice that tries to sabotage all our dreams and all our visions for our future and sort of stops us dead in our tracks oftentimes. So when I taught in bars and restaurants, it really was obvious. In our culture, we need to be perfect at everything we do. And we need to be perfect the first time we try. And if we don't, we get frustrated. We're not very kind to ourselves. We say, oh, I can't do this. I'm not creative. I'm not talented. I heard all of those comments from my audience or my participants all of the time. So I wanted to sort of bring a different vibe to that voice. You guessed it. So, introducing my negative Nancy nemesis, my naysaying inner critic, the visual manifestation of my stinking thinking. Here she is, DesdeMOANa.
Ha! Well, I'm not sure I like that introduction. Ha! I think your thinking is much more stinking than my thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Ha!
Oh, come on, DesdeMOANa. Now be nice.
I think nice is overrated. I speak my mind. I speak truth. Ha!
You speak lies, Mona. All your version of so-called truth does is tear me down and squash my dreams. I don't know why I ever listened to you.
Well, you darn well should listen up. I mean, for one thing, what's up with that hair? I mean, really? Hair is not purple. It is not purple. What are you trying to prove at your age? We all know your hair is white under there. Ha! We know it. We do. Ha!
Mona, I like to express myself with my hair. Make a statement about who I am. It's part of my creativity. Besides, you're the one to talk. Your skin is purple. Look at that. What do you think of that?
Well, I can't help that. I was made that way. Thanks for nothing, Miss Michelle.
Well, I like it. I think Michelle at Mezcraft did an amazing job. At least it gives you some color.
Ha! Nothing wrong with a nice, clean, crisp gray suit. You should always dress for success. And you're making videos for the world to see. And look how you dress. People will think you're a weirdo. One of those nut jobs.
Well, I need to be me, Mona. I am done trying to please everybody else. Besides, I'm an artist. We like to be a bit colorful, you know.
That's another thing. You can't make a living doing freaking arts and crafts. What the heck are you even thinking? You went to university. You got a degree. You had a respectable career as a therapist and everything. And you give all that up for this? Weird paintings that no one wants. announcement days at a time.
La 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 la. I can't hear you, Mona. I am following my bliss, doing what I love, and that's what matters.
People, do you hear this nonsense? I hope you're all smarter than this flower child over here. For heaven's sakes, go to school, work hard, and get a real job, and stop coming to this channel. It's just trivial nonsense, and I would hope you would have some better things to do.
Okay, that's it. I am done with you, Mona. Zen, zen, zen. That's better. Phew, always a relief to silence that inner critic, man. Oh, she can be deafening. In fact, my inner critic, if I'm honest, has always been a little bit deafening and a little bit overbearing, kind of like Mona. So that's what she represents for me. But my life, I mean, it wasn't horrible or anything. I've had a good life so far. I've learned a lot as a therapist about me and myself and about everybody else, about people in general, and that. So I really have no regrets. But as a kid, what I loved, I loved to sing and I loved to dance. I loved to tell stories and write stories. I loved to color and I loved to make art of all kinds. And sometimes I wonder what my life would have turned out like if I would have followed one of those paths instead of becoming a therapist and doing more of the school traditional route of success. But you know, we never know these things, and I don't believe anything's ever wasted. I really don't. But what I do know is I'm having a blast in my midlife, shall you call it. And yeah, I do have white hair under here, and I don't care if you know it because I'm proud of the years I've spent on this earth. So here I am creating and having fun in a myriad of ways. And I've decided that Mona will not get the best of me. And I really hope you don't let her get the best of you. So on my channel, when I'm doing a tutorial and you're white knuckling that brush and you're saying, oh, I can't get it, I just want you to remember Mona. And she might show up in the odd tutorial as well. But you remember her, you picture her in your mind and you say, no, Mona, or you name it, whatever you want to name her or him. And you just say, no, I'm not going to listen to that. I'm going to try, because the more often that you try, the better you're going to get at absolutely anything in this world. So just keep trying and relax and let go, because that is when the magic happens. So silence, Mona. Live life on your own terms, color outside the lines, and live life out loud. So if you haven't already, please hit subscribe button. But you know, 80% of the people that view my channel are not subscribed. So what's up with that? So since COVID, this is my real job. So I really appreciate your support. It gets me closer to monetizing, which is 1,000 subscribers. Seems like an impossibility to me right now, but I know just keep going and working hard and I'll get there. And I'm not going to let the Mona boys squash that dream of becoming a monetized YouTube channel. So help me out by hitting the subscribe button. That would be really cool. And it will prove to Mona that I am not crazy for following my dreams. Bye now.